Alrighty, good evening. Good afternoon, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet. Welcome back to a little bit of Factorio on the sea base. And I'm very happy to say that I have finally got this shit figured out. So, yes, it was a bit of a pain last episode. I thought at the end I had it figured out. I was wrong. I was still wrong. I had been continuously wrong for some point. And yes, I think it was this coal not going back. I think I figured out the coal. I think I got the coal done enough. Anyway, I did tweak a bit of this stuff. I got a second algae farm pushing out the green stuff with the mineralized water coming in and that sort of stuff coming in, and that seems to have worked. Getting a lot more coal out, so we're pretty much done with coal. Now, the major problem I had, because I left this game running for like an hour or two offline, these guys were just not producing power. There would barely be enough coal for these guys to run. And whenever they did need to run, they would stop within like 2 seconds because there just would not be enough power left, enough coal to keep them powered. So coal was just bad. And I was watching a video from Zisto, who's also doing a bit of a run anyway. He's doing a bit of a tutorial thing on it. Or a run. Only done 4 episodes so far. But anyway, so I started watching one of his videos and he said, oh, we're going to use carbon because it's more efficient than coal. And I'm just like, oh my God, you're such an idiot. And then I actually sat down and I did the maths and I'm like, oh, he's actually right. It's really freaking complicated. And I still cannot tell you the exact ratio that the power goes up because it's just too complicated. So, I mean, let me explain it to you. So one coal is 8 megajoules and one carbon is 6 megajoules. So you double the coal here and then you smelt it and it's a 1-to-1 and then you multiply it by 1.5 because it goes 2 to 3. So you would think, so 1.5 times 2 is 3. So you're almost tripling it. So 8 times 3 is, I'm lost. So you're tripling it. So 6, so the resulting thing is 6. So then 6 tripled is 18, which is more than the 8 you originally started with, which is fine. But yeah, so 18 is definitely more than 8. But then you got to factor in here. So one coal produces 50 carbon dioxide and you need 35 carbon dioxide. So it's 18 has to be more than 8 plus 35 over 50 times 8 because you use a coal and you use 35 out of the 50 here. So 35 out of 50 times 8 is about, I'm doing the maths here, I'm doing the maths. It should be easy to figure out because 800 divided by 50 is, so it's 8, 35 over 50 is 7 out of 10. So 7 out of 10 times 8 is 56. 7 out of 10 times 8 is 56. So it's 8 plus 56, 8 plus 5.6 is 13.6. So we go from 13.6 to 18, which is a total increase of 4.4. So I guess I do know how to do the maths. And Jesus Christ, that took a long time for me to figure out. But yeah, now apparently when I'm on camera, I'm a lot smarter than when I'm off camera. So anyway, we figured that out. And that 4.4 increase is enough to get this going. Because I was literally not doing this before, just chucking the coal down there. And the whole system was falling over. And now it is backing up, and it is backing up beautifully. So, yes. Okay, so the question is, what now? Another thing I did was I got some filter inserters here, because this system was just shit. It would run for 30 seconds, and then the inserters would pick up the wrong thing and send it in the wrong direction, and it would all fall over. Now, another thing that I learned from watching Zisto's video is you can actually use these to do copper and iron. And what you can do is you can select the recipe and then it will always be locked on the copper ore. And if I had known that before, I wouldn't have needed these filters. So what I can actually do is I can actually probably take them away now because it's a lot easier to make these metal mixing furnaces. stone brick, as opposed to making the filter guys. Let's just make that. Let's put that back. Still got one left over. Well, crap. No, bad. Bad. Let's put that 6 over there. Okay. So, where's my guys? So yeah, let's do that now. So you are going to be the copper. And I learned so many things from watching his video. So yes, another thing that we can do that is going to be a bit in the future, but we're going to think about doing it, is using this metallurgy casting. Now, I was always planning to use metallurgy casting because I'm like, it's freaking awesome and it's new and it's fancy and I would love to use it. But what I actually learned is, well, he was doing it, and I did actually have a look at it before he was doing it, but when he was doing it, it sort of, highlighted it, and at that point I said, okay, I should have a look at that. And yeah, it does actually turn out to be a better ratio. Now, because when we directly smelt the crushed stuff, it becomes a 2/3 ratio, so you get 2 for every 3. Once we sorted it, as mentioned, we go up to a 3/4 ratio. It's actually here, so you get 3 copper plate for 4 copper ore. So 3/4 better than 2/3. Now, the actual metallurgy, advanced iron smelting, gives you a full ratio, a 1-to-1 ratio. So that's the best you're going to get, I think. Because, yeah, you take in the iron ore, you get iron ingots, 1-to-1. Then you get 12 to 120. And then you get 40 decked down to 4. So multiply by 10 here, divide by 10 here. So it's a 1-for-1. And these machines do all sorts of wacky things as well. So all of them take 4 seconds as well. And this guy is steel, I think. So you actually take... I don't know about this steel, though. I'm really not sure about that because... right now, that's a 3-to-1 or a 1-to-3. However you want to calculate it. It takes 3 iron to get to 1 steel. And right now with this guy, it's a 2-for-1, making steel plate that way. So it seems like it's much better to do that. But potentially this recipe for the steel stuff was done as a part of the base game where it was a 5-to-1. And then Bob introduced the concept of a 2-to-1. Advanced steel smelting. Maybe there's some stuff in here to make it better. Oh god, that's starting to get complicated. Okay, that's just mixing and matching shit. Screw that, we're not going to worry about that. So, the fact is, I did create a couple of the filter inserters, and that was awesome. And yeah, now we need to make things bigger. So we got a semi-dementable power source, but as soon as we start to make things bigger, this is going to fall over. Absolutely. And I would really like circuit networks in here. Because the problem is... well, it's not really a problem because we're using up more power than our solar panels provide. But if somehow the base got shut down to the point where we were using less power than the solar panels provide, then we would want to use the accumulators at night so that the extra power that we don't need the solar panels to provide during the day could be used to power up the accumulators because it's free energy coming from solar. Whereas right now at night, the steam engines take up the slack, the accumulators never get drained, and during the day, any excess power that the solar panels provided is just not necessary. It's not even used. So that's the downside. Got some worms over there, I'm guessing. But anyway, we have been doing a bit of landscaping. I had stone coming out here. I stopped that because there's freaking 710 of it. And I switched this over to landfill. And I've had landfill going over here for a while. I did switch this over. It was 2 and 2. But after I put the second green algae plant in there, these guys were starting to run a little bit slow. So I changed this to a 3-to-1 just to make sure that this liquefier gets most of the stuff. And this one just gets a little bit. So yes, but we definitely need a much bigger setup. We need this needs to be fixed or made better or whatever. We need to make a whole lot more of these guys. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start by destroying this stuff. Don't need that for now. And we're going to try and get a better setup, I suppose. So we'll try and keep this going. But yeah. And also we need a better setup for this. We need like a lot more of these guys. So let's concentrate on getting some... Look at all this brown algae, man. Of course I just emptied the damn thing. But yeah. So let's go up north, actually. Let's go up north. And that'll be where we seed our green algae. All our green algae things will come from up there. Now we don't quite have enough landscape to really do a lot. Oh, we got more. We got more. There we go. That's all we got. Oops. We're going to need a bit of landscape to fill that stuff in. Landfill. Okay. So we got 6 more of these guys, which is nice. So I'm going to be unconsciously stealing Zisto's stuff here. That's just kind of... It's just kind of what we're doing, I guess. But yeah. 3. We'll offset it by 1 so we can deal with these pipes. I reckon we'll get some more landscape up there, but we reckon we'll have a 6er deal sort of going on. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm terrified to destroy this, to start ripping this apart, because it really has helped us a lot. Like, a lot. Let's start moving some of these things across. All the solar panels and the accumulators. Yeah. And I guess we'll make, yeah, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? I kind of just like need a continent to build all this stuff on, because that's what I'm used to, just having so much space, and the sea base is not giving me what I want. So we're gonna cut this off as well. Unpower. Ha! Is all this really running on one solar panel? I guess it was. Maybe I'll put a cut in the video and then start replanning this. Alright, I think that's a good idea. Okay, we are back. We have emptied this out, and before anybody asks, yes, I did hack in some roboports and some nuclear construction robots, because there is no way I was going to hold down the button to destroy all of that shit manually, because it was just a pain. So, getting back to it, back by hand. So we've got 8 of these. So we're going to have a space over here for making the natural gas. 1, 2, 3. And then these guys are going to be putting a belt down. How much belt do I have? 234. Hopefully that's enough. Yeah, we'll have to see, because it's going to be a little bit cagey with stuff for a while. Because, of course, we don't have a base anymore that's actually doing stuff. So, we can't really do stuff if we don't have a base that's doing stuff. Yes. Where do my solar panels go? We'll fix that up in a sec. No, 1 off. I hate 1 off errors. Or off by 1 errors. Okay. Why are you unpowered? Because you're not hooked up to anything? Is that why? Here we go. And we need some landfill. Okay. So I think this green algae... Get that stuff over in that direction. Underground pipes. Like so. Yep. Because yeah, I'm starting to discover that the green algae is really the backbone of a lot of things in this base. So let's get a quick setup going for this kind of thing. Yeah. We got 4 of these, don't we? So let's have a U do this. Let's get a pipe. Yep. And get some slag going. Ah, yes. I know we are repeating a lot of things that we've done previously, but that's just what we're going to have to do, I guess. You can go over here, actually. And then we get a liquefier. You're going to have to be moved over a bit. You guys are going to have to be moved over a bit because we want a thing. And I should probably map this out so that we can have more than one. Ah, yeah, that's right. I'm just going to keep stealing tricks from Zistow in how I build this, which is going to be having 2 of these backwards. You feed them in water like this. And then now they need to be away from the water, don't they? Like that. Ah, this is so painful. Now they're too close to each other, or are they? Let's do it like that. So, are we there yet? Are we finally doing something? Okay. Alright. Where do you need to be? Mineralized water. Okay, we're almost there. But I'm feeling a lot better about this setup than I was about previous setups. I feel a lot more like it's actually going to be good and sustainable and all that other crap. So, crushed stone. Alrighty, now we just need to be destroying that stuff with the flare stacks. You can't go up that high. Yeah. That's alright. And of course, we've got a brown out already at night, which is fine. So we shift this and shift it like that. Now this is going to be producing a crap load of this stuff. And now we just need to feed coal up in there, and that will be producing a lot of that stuff. Now, the second thing that we're going to need a ton of is these guys. So we've got 2. So that's fine. So we're going to feed that over in that direction. Do some stuff over here to generate coal. Or do we want to... What's the thing? It's this thing, isn't it? So we need 2 of them to save 2 of them to actually build the minerals. So just need to do that. And then you are going to be bloody oath. Okay. We should have a bit of coal. Don't have any coal. No, we got 106. So we can jerry-rig this system a little bit to start off. Although we can always jerry-rig this with that. Actually. There we go. So I'll get a couple of these guys going off. And this is 5 every 3 seconds. And then the next bit is going to be the actual production. So it produces 5 every 3 seconds. And this guy uses 12 every 4 seconds. So we only need 1 of these for now. And I don't feel like we're really getting a lot better, but then again we can expand with more chemical furnaces once we got more of them. And then so that produces 2 every 4 seconds, and if we're creating wood here, just need a single one of that. Yeah. The good thing about this setup is it is expandable. It is expandable. And then we get all the way over to our coal again. And this is going to be our thing, and we can push that down, hopefully, as much as we need to. And this goes on a line. And we're going to do this thing again. Or maybe what we can do is we can just feed it up here, and then we can have some carbon coming back down there. Let's take some bit of that. Because that's obviously going very fast. It's got a lot of stuff backed up. So you're probably backed up a decent amount there, sort of. All of these guys seem like they're getting backed up. Yeah, let's take a bunch of that. Let's build a bunch of land. Only 4 landfill. Man, I am so disappointed. That's right. Sooner or later, this stuff will get backed up, and then we can take as much crushed coal as we want. Okay. Now, that stuff's there. Now, we're going to do the same setup we had before, which is crusher. And we're going to use a burner crusher. Can we make a better one? It doesn't matter. We're chucking coal into it, so it really doesn't matter. Put it up a bit so we can split off some coal if we need to. No, we don't need to, do we? We can do that fine. So and then we got a liquefier. Goes up like that. Goes into that one. This is going to be carbon dioxide. And what we'll actually do is... Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't think we're short on liquefiers at the moment, so we can have a separate liquefier here. It goes like that. And goes like that, and like that. Excellent. So that should start using some coal up. I don't have any more wood bricks, do I? I'll hang on to that cellulose fiber in case I need to make circuits, but yes. We're back down to here. These guys are starting to work, which is good. Very, very, very good. Let's get a second inserter for some of these guys, because we will probably need that second inserter. And there we go. That might look like it's backed up, but you got to remember it takes a while to get 10 things in there. Power, a little bit low. Where's my stuff? Give me some more crushed stone. For some more landfill. Almost feels like we're going backwards here, but I promise you we are going forwards. Needed that to be one more. So we can put it there for now. That'll give us a little bit more solar panels. Okay, so your deal was carbon. So we do that, and then a double loop there, and you are pushing out the actual stuff. And this is going to be a fuel source for pretty much everything right here. So you need, go away, no, carbon. Put one carbon in there just to seed the system. Oh my god, oh my god. At least we're on the way. At least we are on the way here. Where's my videos directory? I want to pull that up so I can see 13 minutes was the last video. These guys have been getting pretty long, these videos. I was watching Zistos and he kept putting cuts in the middle. I'm starting to see why. This is a lot of pain. And this is with me spending like 2 to 3 hours in between every single video. Just not doing anything. What are you stalled? Ah, you just got no electricity. So yeah. I wonder if this will eventually stall back here. Probably not. Can I move that? I can move that. So we get this. Goes over there. Just so we can have 2 inserters feeding this guy instead of just one. That would be a bit better, because this guy is backing up something crazy. Although, for getting landfill, it definitely works for us. Alright, now that can be in the proper location. I don't think it hits an extra one. Let's just do that for now. Couple of extra solar panels cannot hurt. And accumulators. Where's my accumulators? Might as well put some of these guys down. Although I don't think they're going to help much. Really, we want to get this system fully running. How much do you... Are you being backed up? Are you being backed up? I thought I did the calculation. So it produces 5 every 3 seconds. This uses 12 every 4 seconds. So in 3 seconds, it'll get 10. Okay, so that's not quite enough. I thought I calculated that correctly, but apparently it's not. It's not. It's like half a second too slow or 1 second too slow or something crazy. The ratio, not that close, but yeah, apparently close enough. There we go. Okay, so this produces 2 every 4 seconds. This uses 8 every... Yeah, so that's fine. Oh, look at this. My god, how that has just exploded. We got so much of this crap. I wish I could put more chemical plants in here. I really wish I could, but we can't do that. We just can't. The recipe. We can do it in liquefiers, apparently. How many liquefiers have I got? I got 2 more. Do I need these for anything important? I need 1 for that. And that's it. So I need 1 for the slurry. Which means I can use 1 here. Now this is kind of a 3-2 situation, I think. I think 3-2 should be able to keep us covered. Yep, 3-2. So it goes there. This one goes down. Switch. Because that 2-1 there is still absolutely fine. Wood pellets and wood bricks. And sweet. Okay, so that should pump up our wood production even more. Or our coal production even more, I should say. Now, what's your problem? You still got some guys. We were never feeding coal back into you, were we? That's right. What we can do is... just like that. Carbon, 54, and then 200. Feed some of that stuff in there. That stuff goes in there. Take that back. I don't know why I'm saving these wood pellets. I'm saving them like there's no tomorrow. Like I'm never going to have them again, but... I'm not sure why I need to be doing that. I'm really not. So anyway. We're also going to be doing that. Because we're going to need this stuff for the thing. The thingy thing. Now, what we need next is we need a setup with a whole bunch of electrolyzers. No, what we actually need is a setup for power. So let's get that power set up again, and then maybe we'll call it an episode. Just leave it a quick one, and I might do another episode pretty much straight away where we reset up smelting in a much nicer layout. Go. We got any? No, we've browned everything else. Well, hopefully that should be a thing of the past now. Get some power. Oh, it's got some wood bits in it. That's fine. We'll use them up first, I guess. And then we should be good. Should be getting tons of power coming out of this guy. Let's get the rest of those solar panels down. 12 more. Like to fit them along there, but might have to put them somewhere temporary for now. There we go. So all those guys and all the accumulators. Whoa! It's the middle of the night. How are my accumulators getting charged up? Ah, must be these guys. They're really, really working hard. Don't need you there. Carbon. Let's dump that into there. And carbon. Excellent. Did that actually... Oh, it did. It just dumped it on the ground. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright. I feel like we've accomplished a good amount of things this episode. I was really struggling on stuff like the ground algae, but it's surprising how easy it is to actually make this stuff. And to just get a ton of it coming down. Yeah. Really, really ton of it coming down. Yeah, so coal is no longer going to be a problem, I don't think. Definitely not. We could probably just use straight coal for the bloody power things at this point with the amount of coal we're producing. But carbon, still a good idea. What's your problem? Oh, I haven't even changed this yet. No wonder the damn thing's not working. Don't need that to be in there. Okay. There we go. Now we'll actually start producing new carbon instead of the old stuff. So at 22-minute mark, I feel like I'm going to give this another break. It's kind of like the first 3 episodes were kind of like faffing around a lot and figuring out a lot and just making a generally terrible base. And now we're getting to the point where it can actually start doing good stuff. Oh, I can build 28 electrolyzers? Really? Okay. I will build... so push it to 4. Another 4. I will build a lot of these. And we can make liquefiers as well. Jesus, you know what? I'm going to make 2 more liquefiers. And I'm going to replace these chemical furnaces with liquefiers. And then I can double up the chemical furnaces for other things. Like, how fast is this? This is actually faster, 1.5 compared to 1.25. See, this is why I screwed up these calculations before, because I thought it would be a 1 for 2, but this is 0.5 crafting speed, and this is 1.25 crafting speed. So that's why we needed to move out to more. And we're probably still backing up here, because these things are just so slow. Oh, they do seem to be going all right. Anyway, I think we will finish it off there. Next episode, we will be getting a lot of slag built. Like, a lot of slag out of all these electrolyzers, and we will be setting up the mother of all smelting operations. So what we'll do is we'll continue to have water on the sides, we'll push this down and we'll push that up. So if you need more green algae, you push that up and we'll push smelting down here. And then, yeah, who knows? This is not our final build. We will be probably ripping this down again at some point, but this will last us hopefully for some time. I will definitely increase the bounds of my base rather than actually start destroying stuff at this point, because we don't want to make a habit of destroying stuff. Anyway, I've been talking too much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned.